In the east neuk of Fife nestles the small borough of Ely and Earlsferry. Beyond the Earlsferry golf course lie some small sea cliffs, easily reached by a short stroll across the neighbouring beach. As you leave the beach, you encounter a small but distinct path which skirts the base of the cliffs just out of reach of the sea below. A cautionary sign warns that this is no ordinary seaside walk. Round this interesting corner, you come across a length of stout but sea-rusted chain. This is the start of the Fife Coast Chain Path, a route formerly used by smugglers to reach caves where they hid their booty from the prying eyes of the excisemen. It is not a route for the faint-hearted. It starts by skirting this deep gully, which at high tide has the sea splashing around your feet. The cliff forces you to lean back and take the bulk of your body weight on your arms, which tire quickly. If you can't hold on, you end up in the sea, or if the tide is out, on the rocks below with a broken leg. Getting out the other side of the gully involves some interesting scrambling, this time without the aid of the chain. Once out of the gully, you reach this bay, in the middle of which is a prominent cliff of columnar basalt. Basalt columns are a characteristic feature of the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, although more impressive examples are to be found around Fingal's Cave on the Isle of Staffa. The columns are long crystal structures which only form when the basaltic lava cools very slowly. You can see examples at Samson's Ribs in Holyrood Park, but it is a surprise to come across them here on the Fife coast. At points along the path, steep scrambling is necessary to cross natural walls formed by notches in the cliffs. Here the state of the tide can be of critical importance. It has been known for people to be cut off by an incoming tide. Some have tried to escape by climbing up the cliffs, only to fall to their deaths on the rocks or in the water below. I suggested to John, here climbing the second notch along the path, that he should stage a fall into the sea to demonstrate the hazards of the route, for the sake of the film. Surprisingly, he seemed reluctant to oblige, but came close to doing so anyway through an accidental slip. After that experience, he was a bit more cautious.
You nearly got what you wanted there.
The approach to the first of the caves involves an airy traverse, not far above the waves. Looking down from this, we saw a cormorant showing signs of distress. Closer inspection showed its feathers to be covered in oil. Sadly, there was nothing we could do to help. Our approaches only seemed to cause it even more stress, so we left it alone. On looking into the cave, we found it difficult to see how the smugglers could have hidden their booty in here. The sea reaches right to the back of the cave and has filled it with 20th century rubbish. Near the end of the path is a second cave, smaller and more difficult to get into. We didn't attempt it. After this, the path climbs to the top of the cliffs, giving pleasant views across the coast and down to the sea below. An easy track leads back along the top of the cliffs for the return to Earlsferry. The chain path is a most interesting walk, but if you try it, make sure you are fit and watch out for the tide.